Hey friends, it's Kim Brown at the Christian Renewal Center, and it's time for your COVID update for May 25th. As you know, prior to the Pentecost Vigil, Cardinal Donato last week issued a letter saying that face coverings were no longer going to be required in the Archdiocese, as well as social distancing. So let's tell you about what's happening with the Christian Renewal Center. We've worked with the Risk Management Office in the Archdiocese to bring you new protocols. Our goal is to make sure that we are supporting you with the retreats you are running. So we're going to kind of have two options as we kind of return to not having face covering and social distancing. These two options will allow the groups that are hosting retreats to plan. So if you have a retreat booked this summer or this fall, you have the option of choosing which way you would like to go. If your group would like to say we are not going to require face coverings and social distancing, then we will allow you to fill up at occupancy so you can go up to the 100% capacity that you formerly used to run retreats here at the Christian Renewal Center. That also would mean that you can room people if you're not wearing face coverings in the meeting spaces and the chapels while you're having meals together. That also means that you would be able to room together, so we would no longer be separating non-household members. So if you said we want to be in shared rooms, you would be in shared rooms for your retreat. But if you've booked for the fall and the summer and you think, you know what, our group, we're a little bit more hesitant, we would still like to remain wearing face coverings, we get it, we understand it, and we're here to support you. Our job is to make sure that you have an opportunity to encounter Christ and to draw closer to Him and His church through your retreat. We want you to make a retreat for that to happen. And so if you feel these safety protocols need to remain in place for your group to require the face coverings as well as to maintain social distancing, we will still honor at no additional cost to you, allowing you guys to sleep in separate rooms, only putting people together that are in the same household. So I've sent out emails to everybody that has booked for the fall and summer, so that way they can start thinking in their head, how are we going to allow the new protocols to come and play? So some other things that will happen as we look at these new protocols and what it means. One is just anytime, if you're really sick or you're just sick, you're running a temperature, don't come on a retreat. Don't go out where you could possibly get other people sick. This is not just COVID advice. This is just good advice for us looking out for the care of other people, right? So if I'm sick, if I have COVID, then I don't need to come on a retreat. I need to stay away so I can get well and I don't get anyone else sick accidentally. At the same thing, one of the criteria that all groups will do when they have a host a retreat here at the Christian Renewal Center is they're going to run a temperature check. So on the very first day, on the first day only, so you don't have to do this every day of the retreat, but on the first day of the retreat, you're going to take people's temperature checks. If somebody has a 100.4 temperature or higher, they're unable to attend your retreat, so they would not be able to stay because guess what? They're sick. They need to go home, so that way we're able to keep everybody healthy. Capacity, we're at 100% occupancy, so if your group is comfortable being at 100% occupancy, you're able to run that at this time. I've already said what we're going to do for groups, so you have gotten an email. You need to let us know at least 2 months ahead of time which option you would like to do, because that helps us as a staff planning resources. There's a difference of getting 30 rooms cleaned or a difference of getting 60 rooms cleaned, so we need that notice. For people that are coming to CRC events, we have some CRC events this summer. Face coverings will be optional for our events this summer. We're not going to assign people that are from different households to the same room. So now you can always book and say, I want to be in a private room or I want to be in a shared room. But we're not going to force you to room with somebody that's not from your same household for our events that we're hosting this summer. At the same time, for our Bible conference, which is August 6th through the 8th with Dr. John Bergsma, if you haven't heard about it, it's an incredible Bible conference. This is our third year to run it. This year, the focus is on the Gospel of John. We will section the room based on those that want to be in face coverings and those that don't want to be in face coverings. We'll do the same in the chapel, as well as those people that elect to wear the face covering. They will also be able to have box meals individually that they'll be able to take outside or to their bedroom for that. The big thing is charity. The Cardinal Donato has said, and he has stated, that those who are not vaccinated should wear a mask out of charity for others. Of course, even those, and so this is what we're saying, of course, even those that are vaccinated, they may feel more comfortable wearing a face covering. So I ask everybody to please show love and respect for the person that is wearing a face covering by being mindful of maintaining your social distance if you have elected not to wear a face covering. So if you see somebody in a face mask, this is on retreat or at your parish in community at the store, if they're wearing a face mask, it says that for some reason that they feel comfortable wearing this face mask. So when you come up not wearing a face mask and you're like, hey, how's it going? I missed you. That can really make them feel uncomfortable. That could also prevent them from wanting to attend Mass. at your parish, it could prevent them from wanting to be at the retreat. So we ask you to be mindful. If you see somebody in a face covering, that's a way of them saying, I would like some space, okay? And now every introvert that hears this video is like, let's wear face masks forever! All right, so just be charity, be mindful, be aware. The CRC staff, we will be in face coverings when we are serving food, as well as when we are entering a space that is used by retreatants currently. So if we're coming in the hall or the chapel, which we will be cleaning, or if we're going into your bedroom because you have something that needs fixed during your stay, we'll put in a face covering during that time so that you are comfortable with the staff member approaching you, because we want to be mindful of keeping you comfortable and safe. The meals, the CRC cafeteria, we're going to continue to keep the cafeteria this summer closed for dining in person inside the cafeteria until the last week of July. So if everything has gone well with the people being together without the face coverings, then on July 30th, we are going to open the cafeteria for people to eat inside the cafeteria to eat. What this means is for the summer, the groups, they're allowed to eat their meals in their hall, in their bedroom, or outside. So groups now, if they're not requiring face coverings, they are able to have their group eating in their hall and socializing, but that's going to keep each group to their own hall versus everybody being in the cafeteria where other groups could come in contact with you. For the fall, starting that July 30th, we plan on groups for the fall. If your group says, hey, we still want to be in face covering and requiring that during our retreat, you could request a sports pavilion at no additional charge for you guys to eat your meals. This would allow your group saying, hey, we want to be in face covering, but we also want to allow for that social meal time. You can be in the covered sports pavilions with tables and chairs outside with your people spaced out, but allowing the outside air to come and circulate because we know that obviously being outside is better than being inside for the potential spread of COVID. Also, all the way through July 29th, the CRC cafeteria will continue packaging meals individually to serve to our guests. Starting July 30th, retreatants will be served from the CRC line, and people who ask for box meals for their retreat will still be able to have box meals for their retreat if they've chosen to continue wearing face coverings. In regards to the salad bar, buffets, are always something you got to be very mindful and really maintain the hygiene for. But the salad bar is going to remain closed for this time as a safety precaution for our guests. We're going to continue to evaluate how things are going and what needs to be done. The Christian Renewal Center has been running retreats longer than any other Catholic retreat center in the state of Texas. During the time of COVID, we've run over 70, almost 80 retreats to this date under these COVID protocols, and we've never had a shutdown because of a COVID incident. So we trust some of the things we have put in place have been able to keep people being able to make a retreat and keep them safe. So we're just going to be slow in making sure that we're taking care of our guests. When it comes to the chapel, per the Cardinal, clerics and now extraordinary ministers of Holy Communion, they can distribute the communion, the Eucharist, during time. All of those people should be in a face covering at the time of distribution. The temporary suspension of receiving Holy Communion under the appearance of wine from a common chalice remains in effect in the Archdiocese. The holy water font will continue to be empty, and confessions at this time now can be face-to-face or screened only. So we're taking down the sheets that we had that were separating the penitent and the confessor. The CRC staff, we are going to clean the common areas, the chapel, the meeting hall, the high-touch surfaces. We're going from cleaning those 3 times a day to cleaning those only once a day for each of the retreats. This is in addition to our very thorough cleaning that happens before each group's arrival. As always, we still have in your contract that new policy that we put in called an act of God. So this is in case, let's say your parish ends up having to close down because of COVID. Maybe something happens and we have to close down. That allows your group to rebook because of what we're calling the act of God with the COVID, the parish having to be closed. So you're able to book retreats with confidence. For tours and office visits, so if you're coming to a CRC tour or you're coming for an office visit, we are requiring face coverings for the tour or for the office visit. The key here is our staff needs to be healthy to be able to minister and to keep running the Christian Renewal Center. So we appreciate your understanding and your charity in this manner that you would wear a face covering. All the information we have is online. We have a lot of information on our website, so a lot of times you don't even maybe have to come. You could actually view the halls or things like that literally from our website with the photos we have of our facility. But if you do want to come to a tour, we ask you wear that face covering. So this is currently our policies in accordance with the Archdiocese. We look forward to getting back to 100% capacity. some weekends I see more bunnies in our courtyard than people, and I want to go back to seeing a lot of people in our courtyard. I don't want the bunnies to go away, but I want to keep seeing you here at the Christian Renewal Center. So parishes, your parishes are opening up at 100% capacity. So now's the time to go ahead and start planning your retreats. It's not too late to book for this coming fall, as well as we are booking dates for all of next spring. Because of priority booking, we didn't have groups running retreats spring of this year, which means that our spring calendar is actually very open. So if you want to get your retreat on a good weekend for spring 2022, now is the time to go ahead and book. So we're actually booking from this period right here in May of 2021 all the way through to July of 2022. Starting with August dates, we'll be giving priority booking to those retreats that have booked this fall. So thank you so much, and God bless. And please keep the Christian Renewal Center in your prayers. As you know, financially, COVID has been devastating to us, and we really appreciate your support in helping us. God bless.